Finally, Russia shut down the Western propaganda and shamed the entire Western media, Western government, and the Western allies all in one. All that fake news, all the false narratives about the missing of the world's longest serving foreign minister. No other person than Lavrov, Sergei Lavrov of Russia. A couple of days ago, the Western media cooked up so many false news, so many false narratives as usual, because Sergei Lavrov was missing for a couple of days. I even made a video about that because it was shocking, it was surprising for Lavrov to all of a sudden go missing. This is not the first time, by the way. There have been a couple of times where he went out of, the limelight for whatever reason. But this time around, the Western media cooked up so much false news. They claimed there was a beef between Lavrov and Vladimir Putin. They claimed, some even claimed Lavrov had become unfaithful to Russia. Some claimed it was just after the phone call between Lavrov and Marco Rubio that made Vladimir Putin, beefed up with Lavrov. And I was thinking, what? Lavrov is the longest serving foreign minister, the most loyal and the most unbiased Russian servant in history. How come? Where did all of this come from? There was no signal that something is going on between Lavrov and Vladimir Putin. And I remember saying in that video, never say never. You never know, because listen, those of you that still follow the Western propaganda, you need to start asking yourself a lot of questions, because you're being led astray. They are messing with your mind. They are feeding your head with false narrative. And some of you, it has become so bad and so deep that you now have this hate against Russia. You now have this hate against countries or government or people you never even know. People that have done nothing personally wrong to you. But because the Western media had put so much negative image of these people in your head, it had stick. And there's nothing anybody can do to change it. Just be careful what you believe. That was exactly what I said in that video. But here is the man. Lavrov is back to work. And here he is. The guy is back to work, and in his first appearance, he fired a massive shot at the West. He warned the West of total destruction if they continue to travel the path they are going against Russia. He took the opportunity to kind of praise the Russian Federation. This is why I said this man is one of the loyal and the most trusted servant of Russia. He praised the Russian Federation. He praised the Russian army. He praised Russian technology and Russian weapon. And he put it out there in point blank. The Russian technology and Russian weapon is a master to the Western technology. You cannot even compare the Western weapon and technology against that of Russia. Now, please, I'm not the one saying it. It was Lavrov. He sat there and he mentioned it. And he took the opportunity also to warn the United States to change their the kind of narrative and the kind of image they are trying to paint of Russia for no reason. Ladies and gentlemen, be very careful what you believe on social media. Don't get me wrong, most of the content creators that were making videos in regard to this Lavrov disappearance, they were just doing it just to get views, to get subscribers, and to make money. Don't forget, every time you click on all these fake news that have this headline, Lavrov is missing, Vladimir Putin unalive Lavrov, a Lavrov alive, every time you click on those videos, you know what you're doing? You are helping that content creator to make money. And people would do well, I don't have to tell you that. People would do anything these days just for you to click on their videos and just watch it for a couple of seconds, and it counts as view for them, and they make money. Lavrov was not feeling well. Now, don't get it wrong, he decided to take some time out for himself to get checked, to get the right health support. Is it health support? And to have a chill out. Lavrov is an old man. He is tired, and he is doing so much for Russia at the moment. He is traveling around, he is moving around, he is making things happen for Russia. He needs to rest. The man is old. Even before the beginning of this war, Lavrov had been trying to retire. He has been trying to step down, but Vladimir Putin would not allow him, because he is one of the most trusted inner circle Vladimir Putin has. Vladimir Putin trusts Lavrov with everything. He trusts Lavrov with his life. He trusts Lavrov with pretty much anything you can imagine. Vladimir Putin will not let him go. And you can understand why. You know, in a situation like this where you have so much enemies around you. Now, let me tell you something most of you still don't understand. You see, even though we see Russia trying to fight against the West, trying to fight for their own survival, trying to show the world that they have what it takes to beat NATO and any other country, Russia is facing two different kinds of war. Okay, let me tell you, those of you that don't understand, I'll put you on a very real information today. Russia is facing war at home in Russia, and Russia is facing war outside their country. While Vladimir Putin is running Russia, do you think some of the corrupt or some of the taunted officials in Russia are happy that Vladimir Putin is in power? Come on, guys. No, there's another war going on inside the Russian Federation between the Russian official, and there's another war going on outside Russia. The one going on inside Russia you would not see, because Vladimir Putin is a strong man. He had kept everything under control. But it is not just him alone. He needs to put the right people around him. He needs to choose the right people he can trust. People that will not be tempted to corruption. Guy, all right, that is a story for another day. But what do you guys think? Lavrov is back to work. And please, take my advice, what I just told you. Be very careful what you click and watch on social media. On TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. When you see this flashy headline with a beautiful caption or with a beautiful thumbnail picture, people are very quick to click to see what is there. And once you start watching, you get to the point where you're thinking, what is this guy talking about? The guy is just all over the place. But at that point, it is too late, because you have given that person a view time. That person have made money with your just viewing for that 1 minute. And this is how people get their head. Or follow the right people. Follow me. Let me show you the way. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Before you go, give us a like to indicate you enjoyed the video. And at the end of this video, let me show you exactly what I said in my previous video. The advice I gave in my previous video in regard to the disappearance of Lavrov. Because when you're doing these things, let me tell you, everybody can do this. But you have to be great at what you do. You have to have the knowledge. You have to have the experience of what you're saying. You need to be able to think outside the box. Not because they painted white means it is white. You have to be able to argue that you don't think this white is white, because why did you pick white color all of a sudden? Believe me, white can be blue. Have a great day, guys, and God bless. Something is happening in Russia, or something had gone down in Russia, and I haven't seen most people talking about it, not just yet. I'm hoping and I'm praying that this is one of those Western propaganda they push about Russia or against Russia. But I strongly believe something happened. And the best thing we can do is to talk about it, just in case, because I don't want to believe this propaganda or this news that is coming from the Western media. But never say never. Anything can happen. The Western media are obviously taking advantage of this situation. They publish all sorts of what at the moment, I refer to as fake narratives. They claim the absence of Lavrov is as a result of the diminishing trust between Vladimir Putin and Lavrov, especially after the phone call between Lavrov and the United States Secretary of State, Mark Rubio, that led to the cancellation of the proposed meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. I saw that news in the Western publication and I was scratching my head thinking, what? Lavrov is one of the most trusted servants of Russia politically. I mean, the Kremlin obviously quickly shut down this fake news, this fake narrative, according to Dmitry Peskov, the Russian spokesman. Peskov said all these reports or the news published by the Western media in regard to the absence of Lavrov or that Vladimir Putin had lost trust in Lavrov, Peskov said those are all fake narratives. Nothing like that. Lavrov had been one of the most loyal servicemen to Russia politically. He is the longest serving foreign minister in the world. And there's a reason for that. His loyalty is spot on. And that is why Vladimir Putin had kept him very close. Okay, now, I hope this news is fake, as claimed by Dmitry Peskov, the Russian spokesman, because Lavrov had done a great job for Russia. I'm sure those of you that understand the Russian politics or the Russian political system will agree with me. Lavrov had done a fantastic job for Russia. Let's just hope this is another Western propaganda or attempt to divide the Russian leadership. I mean, I for once, to be honest with you, I certainly don't believe this nonsense. But we have to keep an open mind. Anything can happen. Never say never.